love is a funny thing. The romance stuff and infatuation, none of that is love. It never was
Yeah.
love.
Yep.
Love comes 15, 20, 25 years into a relationship with somebody.
True.
And how do you get to that point where there's real intimacy and real love if one person's fawning over the other all the time? All it does is build resentment and entitlement.
Yeah. One of my biggest problems with romance is that it teaches men, especially young men, it really affects young men, and you kind of phase out of that when you realize that it's actually not that way. But it teaches men that these are the things that you should do if you want a woman to like you. And I'm telling you right now, if you got to do all this stuff for a woman to like you, you already plan on defense. Women want romance, but they want romance from the guy that they like. If they don't like you, it's not considered romantic. It's just considered creepy, and nobody's honest about that.
Who do you think is more romantic, men or women, and why?
Women, because we just think better.
Because we romanticize our whole lives.
I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic sometimes because I come up with so many scenarios in my head about like what I want to do with my partner or like all the fun things and all the cute things, just everything in between.
Romanticizing and being romantic are two different things.
Why are most romantic songs written by men about women?
That's actually a really good question. I think maybe because they feel like they fantasize a lot.
Because men are horny and sexual.
Oh, here we go.
They sexualize everything.
What's the most romantic thing a man can do for a woman?
Think about her in every possible way.
Yeah, see, thinking about somebody in every possible way seems cool if that person already likes you. If you message a woman, I've been thinking about you. If she likes you, that's romantic. If she doesn't like you, she's going to consider that to be creepy.
Or, yeah, just communication, I guess.
What's the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man?
The same thing. Reciprocate all energy.
What does it mean to be romantic?
Reciprocate energy.
One of the most romantic things a woman can do for a man is to have genuine interest in the things that he has interest in. Instead of trying to shame him out of being interested in something because it takes away time from you and him, involve yourself in what he's interested in. Like, my wife don't like anime, but I was excited about the Solo Leveling movie coming out. And instead of her being resentful and going, you just go alone, she went with me to watch the movie and she actually enjoyed it. And even if she didn't really enjoy it fully, she at least showed enough interest in it that excited me to want to explain certain things about it to her. And she was so lighthearted that it at least seemed like she enjoyed it. That's romantic.
Full in planning things that show that you love them.
I think it means to show your love, care, affection, and consideration for somebody materialistically, emotionally, and mentally.
Why is a woman's love more likely something that needs to be earned through courtship than a man's love? Why did society set things up that way?
Because women are the prize.
If men have to prove their worth to the female, how is romance not just female worship?
Uh-oh.
It is, I guess.
Because women are better than men, and they don't need to earn anything. Men need to earn everything.
And that's the entitlement setting in. I don't have to do things to deserve being romanced. I just deserve being romanced because I'm better than you and you should worship me, essentially.
Why do you think men don't reject the romantic model?
Because they want to do it, but they will only do it for the women they want to do it for.
I think it's the other way around. I think a man's love needs to be earned. That's why women have to wait for a man to get on one knee and say that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We have to earn a man's love, and we have to be picked. That's why we don't get on one knee. Men get on one knee.
If men should masturbate to fill their sexual needs, why don't women read romance novels to fill their romantic needs?
A lot of times women do, but like I said, a woman shouldn't have to do anything. A woman should be attended to, like, without saying.
I feel like it's different. Lust and romance don't always go hand in hand, and they don't always correlate. I think men tend to be more lustful while women search for romance. And I feel like they're filled in different ways that a book can't compared to a man with lust.
Why should men have any obligations to fill women's emotional needs if women don't feel any obligation to fill men's physical needs?
Great question.
Because once again, who is a man? Nobody.
And a horrible answer.
Why is Valentine's Day and also weddings typically more about pleasing the woman than celebrating the couple?
Because that's just how the world made it.
Why are there more traditions to celebrate women, and would that make sense if we're living in a patriarchy?
Because
Great question.
Women are the prize.
Because if it wasn't for a woman, there wouldn't be any men on this earth. So we should be celebrating women every day.
Yeah, as if it doesn't take men to make human beings also. As if the male sperm isn't the thing that actually has the life and then the egg is the thing that incubates the life. Just so weird to me that people who think like this understand that part of what makes women super powerful is the fact that they have the building blocks to create life. But then these are the same people that will justify women ending life via abortion.
But doesn't it take men to also produce more women?
But
Right.
doesn't it take a woman first? You can get an IVF without a man and still have a baby. You can't be a man and do that. You can only be a woman.
So dumb.
How is romance not just fueled by Hollywood propaganda teaching men to simp for women?
It is.
It is.
Because honestly, and nobody can force you to do anything unless you're just stupid and are easily influenced. Men are 100%, willing to do whatever they want to do. So if they choose to treat a woman a certain type of way and it just so happens to come off as simpy, that's all in their own accord.
Funny, she talking about people being easily influenced while she has the sexy red hair. And I'm not saying that we all aren't influenced in some degree, because I know that I'm influenced. So I try to fill my feed up with things that inspire me to be great, because I know that you are influenced by the things you see. I'm just saying that if you're influenced so much so that you walking around looking like Ronald McDonald, then you're probably more influenced than others.
Nobody is influencing anybody, not even Hollywood propaganda.
How can chivalry be dead if romance is still the cultural standard for men and women falling in love?
Chivalry is dead, so.
You believe chivalry is dead?
Yeah.
But how could it be dead if that's the cultural standard for men and women falling in
Because
love?
I don't think that's the same thing as being romantic.
It was the cultural standard until men realized that when women actually like men, they don't have to be chivalrous. And if you are a man and you have to be super chivalrous in order for a woman to like you, she probably doesn't like you. Once women started giving it away for free to men that they actually liked without expecting anything in return, that's part of what kills chivalry. Also, there's a lack of appreciation and an entitlement in certain people's mentality when they do get chivalry. Like if somebody's polite enough to open the door for you, if you're not entitled, do at least say thank you. Some people just feel like they're entitled, so they don't even need to say thank you. And I'll still open the doors because it's a small gesture, and that's just who I am. But if you're the type of woman that doesn't even say thank you for certain things like that, that shows more about your character than mine.
Being romantic is passionate, and that's opening a door for somebody, like that's common decency.
What's the
See, they
difference
just think it's
between
common
being
decency.
romantic and being a simp?
They don't see you going out
I
of your
think
way.
there's no difference.
A simp is like you're basically being romantic to a woman that wants nothing to do with you. Romance is like you're doing it to for your person.
Oh, person
Being
that
a
likes
simp
you,
is just
yes.
doing anything for anyone at all, and being romantic is being with somebody you love and doing things you love for them.
How can you show love to a woman without putting her on a pedestal?
Do everything you can to make her life easier.
Do women put themselves on a pedestal, or does society pedestalize the women?
We put it on ourselves for sure.
So didn't women set the terms that they needed to be served and placed on a pedestal, which created simping in the first place?
Yes.
So if this imbalance is created by women, why are people blaming simps for women's bad behavior?
Because simps automatically assume that they're men. A simp can be a woman. Like, a woman do start
just
a lot
saying
of things,
anything.
but most people just like to blame it on men because nobody likes guys.
Crazy.
What's the craziest thing you've done, or has someone done for you in the name of love?
Nothing.
Like, restraining order crazy or romantic crazy?
What's the difference?
A lot is the difference. The difference is dating in your early 20s and your late 20s.
Do you feel obligated when somebody does some big romantic gesture?
Not necessarily. If I'm dating the person, then it just means a lot, and I'm very grateful.
Do you feel obligated when somebody does some big romantic gesture?
No.
Do you believe men
Crazy.
initially do really nice things for women because they want sex?
Yes.
If so, why would a woman ever accept an extravagant offer from a man if she wasn't interested in
It's
having
hard to.
sex?
Exactly.
It's hard to.
Can you be more specific? What do you mean?
It's hard to accept romantic gestures because you know that's what they want.
Exactly. And this is why in the past women were expected to not accept gifts from men unless they were actually involved or interested in the man. Before women just seeing men as a come up, and before women just glorified taking advantage of men, you weren't supposed to accept gifts from men that you didn't actually like. It protected the men from wasting time and money, and it protected vulnerable women from just being showered with gifts by men who didn't have the right intentions.
Do you believe two people can ever love each other equally, or is one going to love the other one more?
I think one's going to love the other more.
Is it true that whoever loves the other one less has the power?
Yes.
So if women want to submit to a man's leadership, wouldn't that mean the woman needs to love the man more than he loves her?
Yes.
So why do women think it's the opposite?
Honestly, I think it depends on the person because not every woman thinks like that.
Because men are supposed to lead, and if you lead, then we're submissive.
Doesn't matter how good of a leader you are if the person doesn't want to be led. If you're only allowing the man to lead when you agree, then that's not actual submission.
Should a man be expected to love a woman for who she is if a woman only loves a man for what he provides?
Honestly, in society, yes, men are expected to, but Is it fair for it to be like that? Technically not, but if we're
Yeah.
going, statistic wise, yeah.
Only suckers think that way, by the way. I love a woman for what she does for me also. Only a sucker would love a woman for who she is while she only loves him for what he can provide.
Is there a difference between how men and women show love?
Yes.
What is that difference?
I think they're more protective and act like your father
Yeah, that's true.
when they love you.
Why don't women show love to men in the same way that women want to receive love from men?
Because women are women and men are men, and they have completely different mindsets.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
We feel like they're runner-ups and contestants.
So we have nothing but options because y'all would fuck a tree if it had a vagina. So of course it's shopping for us, but for men it's a job interview because like y'all are so thirsty. We have to pick the right man. Like there's no demand for the supply. So of course we can go shopping for it because it's in abundance. But we
Saying y'all are so thirsty while dressing in a way that's going to attract thirsty men is crazy. You go out dressed like that, a man ain't going to come try to talk to you because you have a nice personality. They going to come to you for what you advertising. And with that shirt, you not advertising personality.
are a lot more like coveted with our goodies. So that's why it's a job interview, because if you want to get in, you have to work for it.
If women have an abundance of choices, would women ever enter an arrangement where they weren't knowingly in control?
No.
So if women are the choosers, how are men the leaders?
Good question.
How can
Depends on
men
how
lead
good
if
of a
it's by
leader you
women's
got.
terms?
I have no clue.
2025, if you're not willing to walk away as a man, you have no negotiation power. Women are supposed to see a man on his purpose and choose to be a part of that purpose and contribute to that. And instead of doing that, some women nowadays see men on their purpose, and instead of adding to their purpose, they try to change them into what they want him to be, which becomes more of a liability than an asset to that man.
Are men leading when they subject themselves to rejection at a woman's discretion?
No.
So then why do we say that men are leaders when women are in control?
We want you guys to lead while we're still in control.
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah,
If we're
let's be
told that the
honest.
average man isn't good enough for the average woman, how is that not pedestalizing women and belittling men?
I definitely think it is. I don't feel like as society we view that as an equal playing field, but I don't feel like how we should view people. Everyone has a heart, everyone has a soul, and I don't believe that's how we should look at each other.
Why do men continue to pedestalize women while women continue to degrade men?
I think it depends on the relationship. I don't see all women degrading men, and I don't see all men degrading women. I think it just is up for interpretation and how one's relationship's going.
If women aren't expected to be with average men, then why are men expected to be with women past their prime?
I've been with some pretty average men, so I don't think it comes down to what someone looks like. I think as people's soul and the way that they are means more than what a look can.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you believe that unconditional love is possible in a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Or are people only as loyal as their options?
I think it's possible.
People are only as loyal as their options.
Not
That's
true.
always the case. People will always choose up.
That's not
They will
true.
always choose up. And I agree. Choose up. Choose up, because your man will choose up.
Can you think of any
That's
type of
not
love
true.
other than romantic love where money is an issue?
A dog. I love my dog unconditionally. He's broke. He's my best friend. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. I'd die for him. Shout out to Nacho.
So wouldn't that mean that romantic love is conditional?
It is conditional because romance is not free. Romance requires work, effort. Sometimes it requires money depending on who you're with. So if you're not able to provide what that person needs to feel romantically in love, then it's conditional.
Well, wouldn't that mean that romantic love is conditional if money is a factor?
No. Okay, so there is possible for you to be in love and there is no type of financial relationship within it. Like that is most definitely possible, and it's just not as common.
Well, shouldn't love be more about acceptance rather than expectation?
Yes, but it's 2025 and that's the evil world we live in.
Well, who's perpetuating that evil?
Society.
Aren't women half of society? And aren't women in control of relationships?
But yes, at the end of the day, they're never wrong.
Oh,
So
here-
there's
okay, there
nothing
it
you can say
goes.
to make me go
There it
against
goes.
women.
I'm happy that's the way he ended it because that's literally the perfect ending. In modern society, women have gotten to the point where they're willing to justify wrong and sometimes even willing to justify evil just because another woman was the one who did it. And to show their loyalty to the hive mind, they act like wrong is right. Again, this one is Romance is Female Worship, Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women. It's complicated. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments and in the description down below. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L and give me the HBO special. That's a Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.